Have you left an interview with a good impression, thinking that you faced it really very well, and you have answered all the questions that asked by the interviewer, and you feel really confident? But at the end of the day, you were not selected to the post. This is very common feeling among most of the candidates. Let's dive in and see that why this is really happening. In our previous video, we discussed about how psychology can impact on your CV making process. Today, we are going to talk about how it can be impact on your interview process. Interviews are not only to explain yourself very well, it's more about for interviewers to interpret what you say. So remember, what matter is how interviewer interpret what you say, not how much you've explained. Today we are going to talk about what UK interviewers are mainly looking for and how you can overcome these gaps or how you can bridge these gaps. My first question to you is, why do you think these interviews exist? When I ask this question from most of the people, they tend to say to evaluate my knowledge, to check my experience, to see I'm good enough, and many other answers similar to this. But to be honest, most of these answers are partly true. In the UK, interviewers are mainly asking one question and one question only. That question is, can this candidate perform constantly in this role? Not perfectly, constantly. Think about your last interviews. Did your answer reflect that you can do this role or you can do this job constantly or perfectly? The second point is UK interviewers are looking for evidence, not stories. We tend to tell a lot of stories or descriptions about what we've done. And I've interviewed many candidates who are really good storytellers, but they're unable to show enough evidence, and we had to reject them, even though they are good candidates. So, what you need to understand is telling stories is not good enough unless otherwise you can show enough evidence. So, when you tell stories, it's more about a description or you are describing what you've done, which is not good enough. So, try to be more precise, try to show them evidence and such as specific examples, clear actions, and measurable outcomes. Let's take this as an example. When you say that you are good at problem solving, think about it. Where's the evidence? Did you give any evidence or just pass a statement? Can your answer include what was the situation? What did you do? What happened because of you? If not, your answer won't land strongly. Number three is communication style matters more than you think. This is where many strong candidates lose opportunities. In many cultures, being respectful, indirect, and modest considered as strength, but it's not the same in the UK. In the UK, clarity is more important than the politeness. Imagine if when you said that I was involved in supporting a project versus I led the coordination of the project and ensure deadlines are met. That gives a strong feeling about that what you've done, your outcome, your contribution, and everything rather than a generic statement. It's time to think about your communication style. Do you soften your impact, minimize your role, and hesitate to explain it? If the answer is yes, you are reducing your chances. Let's be real. When two candidates have same set of experience, one will get the job and other doesn't. Why? Simply because employers will always ask about whether this person can be fit into the team or whether this person can be settling in this team. This includes communication style, attitude, self awareness, and ability to collaborate as well. It's high time to ask yourself, do you come across as someone who's easy to work with or hard to work with, or someone who has to earn your place in the team? Do you know that confidence and arrogance has a very thin line? And I've seen a lot of migrants are struggling here. Part of this is because of the communication style. At the same time, the other part is more about cultural element. And I've seen some people try to undersell themselves and try at the same time some people try to oversell themselves. What UK interviewers are looking for, calm and confidence candidates who don't explain or who don't over explain themselves, overselling or sound robotic. Try saying this out loud. In this situation, I took responsibilities and delivered the result. Now ask yourself, did that feel natural or uncomfortable? Your comfortable level here is matters because it shows in the interview. The next important point I'm going to talk to you about structure of answers. I'm sure you all have heard about STAR technique, but here's the reality. Employers don't care whether you follow the STAR technique or not. What they really care about, your answer is easy to follow, logical, and focus. But what matters is when you follow STAR technique, this will easily comes under these 3 points. That means it's easy to follow, it's logical, and focused. Always remember, whenever the interviewer asks a question from you, remember to explain the situation, what have you done, and the results or else the outcome. So your contribution matters. Try to explain it. Let's try one question. One of the most common question is, tell me about a time you handled a difficult situation. Pause this video and think. What example would you use? And can you explain it under 60 seconds? If not, you need to refine it. Work on that because this is one of the very common question asked by any interviewer and asked in any interview situation. They might not use the same word, but I'm sure they all ask the same question in different words. The self-awareness or else hidden signals what we are giving during interviews matters. This part is not covered in your CV. Interviews reveal your self-awareness. Employers notice that whether you reflect on your actions, do you learn from your mistakes, or do you understand your strengths and gaps or else weaknesses? One of the common question or the one of the common probing question employers or the interviewer can be asked is that what would you do differently? Many people struggle here because they think I need to sound perfect, but actually showing reflect build trust. Yes, you need to give valid or good answer, but that doesn't mean you need to be perfect. There are plenty of things that you can do differently and reach the same result or better outcome. So try to think something out of the box, something on your feet, and answer those questions. Let's simplify everything what we talked so far. UK employers are not looking for perfect answers, complicated languages, or long explanations. What they are looking for is clarity, evidence, consistency, and self awareness. If you found this video useful, I've created something practical for you, a list of common UK interview questions and how to structure your answers. If you want it, comment interview and I'll share it with you. If you watch my previous videos on UK work culture, CV mistakes, and hidden rules, you've noticed something. I'm always talking about it's not about working harder, it's more about understanding the system. Interviews are the same. Once you understand what interviewers are looking for, your answers will be sharper, more focused, more aligned.